How you doing, everybody? My name is Brian Mazique, aka Unique Mazique, and it's my pleasure to get an opportunity to speak to Ryan Garcia. And of course, he has a humongous fight as a part of a huge event in Times Square today. How you doing today, Ryan?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I'll be honest, it's really just awesome to see you getting back into the ring. And so this is just like really to me beyond actual boxing, just the pleasure it is to see you getting back in the ring. But this event is special, of course, fighting in the heart of Times Square, like nobody can say I did that, really. So talk a little bit about that experience.
It definitely makes me proud. It's one of probably the best moment in my career so far to be part of something that nobody has ever been a part of. That really makes me part of history. And for me to be the main guy, it makes it even that much more sweet. So you could imagine how I feel. It's a responsibility to perform great though. There's a little added
Hmm.
pressure to it, but
Hmm.
that's what makes you a superstar, right? You gotta rise
Yeah.
to the occasion. So I'm
Yeah.
ready to do that.
Yeah, so fighting outside, I think like there's some potential rain in the forecast and whatever, and it's just a different situation. Are there any concerns that you have about like because this is so unprecedented, like you know what I'm saying? This hasn't been done, so people can only test for what they know, you know. So any concerns?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, I don't really like fighting outside. That's one of my pet peeves. It's not really something I like to do.
Hmm.
But if he's gonna have to be dealing with it, I mean, it's fair game, right? We all gotta make our adjustments. I'm kind of concerned on how the fans are gonna act, with it not being into like a compacted space. What if they throw something in the ring or, whatever. I guess
Hmm.
that's on my mind, but when you're fighting, it's going to be moving so fast, you're not even going to be thinking that. So if something happens, it is what it is. But, it's going to be like, it's going to make it more iconic. Some crazy
Right.
shit. You know, at the
Right.
end of the day, we got to just go with the flow and fight our ass off. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I have a question because you're in a like kind of rare position, right? You're one of the few fighters who has gained a certain level of fame that's like a superstar level fame, but you have not won like what would be considered a recognized world championship. Do you at this point in your career feel like that's even necessary, or how do you view that?
I mean, if you look at the landscape of boxing, you would say that it's not necessary. I mean, you
Hmm.
got Paul making millions of dollars. We are prize fighters. We're fighting for a prize.
Hmm.
And I get really more out of boxing of beating the best fighters than therefore, winning what, like say an email belt, like a lot of these guys have claimed. Um,
Hmm.
so for me, is it important to win a bout? Sure. Would it be
Hmm.
fun? Yes. Is it necessary? Nah, not in this
Hmm.
day and age. I feel like it's much different, and that's just the truth of it. Some people are not gonna like it, but even if you don't like it, those guys that are in that position are laughing themselves to the bank.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, they're making
Yeah.
a lot of money and they don't care what you think. So I would suggest any young fighter coming up, yes,
Hmm.
your focus should be a champion always, and that should be in your heart. But it's really building your brand, your profile, so you do get paid out of a sport that is unforgiving and don't really care about you.
Hmm.
To build your profile, making sure that people know your name, make that money, and get out when you can.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man, Ryan. One of the things I've always appreciated, especially even of late, and I know there's been talk about, like the interviews and the social media stuff. But what I appreciate is the fact that I think that you kind of do the best to say what you think, even if it's at that moment, and even if it's going to be unpopular, you're going to
Right.
say what you think. I think that's refreshing, even if people don't necessarily like it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I want to ask too, obviously, this event was set up in a way that kind of puts you guys on a like a track to fight each other, you, Tiafimo, Devin, all of that, right? Is it a problem maybe obviously I'm going into this event and I know that this rematch is looming with Devin, or another fight could be looming with Tiafimo, or a fight could be looming with Tiafimo. Is it a challenge to like say, okay, let me focus on Rolly?
I wouldn't say it's a challenge, but I would say maybe a little bit of added pressure. You
Hmm.
know, you have a huge fight, which means huge payday, obviously. But
Hmm.
really, I mean, if you've been doing this for so long, I mean, I fought amateur for a long time, and you would always know, okay, I could fight this guy next if I win. So it's
Hmm.
no different. You know, when you get into a fight, the fight's right there. There's no denying that. So I
Hmm.
kind of go back to all the experience I've had in amateur days where, you got this guy in the bracket next. You beat
Hmm.
him, you're gonna have to fight him. So it's kind
Hmm.
of the same thing, man. I know that, if when I get past Rollies, I have Devin Haney to worry about. So I
Hmm.
don't think it's so much a challenge, but it's kind of like a little bit more added pressure. But with pressure, if you go, get through it, it's a bigger reward. So this is what
Hmm.
it's all about.
It is. It is. And so with Devin, and obviously not to look too much past Rolly, because Rolly's a significant fighter in his own right. But with Devin, do you feel like with everything that went on, do you feel like, man, when I fight this guy the next time, I know he is going to bring it with everything he got. I mean, even though I may not like this guy, but I know this dude is going to bring, or do you feel like I got this dude's number so much, it don't matter what he do, the same thing's going to happen?
I think with, desperate times come desperate measures. I don't know what he's gonna bring. I know he's gonna be bringing his all, like you said. So in the fight in itself, I know that I got him, but I
Hmm.
don't know what they're gonna bring. That's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have no idea. So for me, it's kind of like it's exciting. It's exciting because when we were younger, it was the same way. I beat the shit out of him in the first, few times. Then he
Hmm.
always tried to make adjustments. So it's really just crazy how just the same patterns repeat itself at times, Like I beat him multiple times in the beginning and he always got to make his adjustments. So
Right.
but never be too sure. You got to be ready for anything that comes your way. So I can't expect that I'll beat him the same way, but I
Hmm.
know that if I crack him, he's going down. That's what I do know. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he can dodge me for 12 rounds, but we'll see.
Yeah. I'm going to ask, and without obviously giving away too much, because I know this is a fight that could happen, or we plan to happen. Would you consider um, the biggest issue being Devin's defense or the lack of punching power to actually make you respect him? Because I felt like at a point in the fight, you were like, oh, I don't think he can hurt me.
Yeah, well, after I heard him multiple times, yeah, he could not do anything to hurt me. But I wouldn't say it's his punching power. I would say it's his defense.
Hmm.
I feel like a lot of these guys, they claim they have a lot of good defense, but they really don't. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I see. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
people they think I have horrible defense. I don't think I have as bad defense as people make it out to seem to be. It's like I never walked out the ring where my face was like all bulgy, anything. You never seen even in 12-round fights, you never seen me marked up.
Right.
I mean, the times I did get hit, I just got hit with really clean, good shots.
Hmm.
Devontae ducked the shot and cracked me. I mean, that's a good shot. I got right back up though. But
Yeah.
but after that, it's not like I'm getting tagged consistently. Luke Campbell hit
Yes.
me with a great shot. One shot, got dropped, got right back up. But nobody has consistently been able to hit me over and over or with the same shot over and over. Nobody has been able to do that. So I don't think I have bad defense. So, and I think that's the biggest misconception about myself. And I think they overrate other people's defense. Like Boots Ennis, I don't think his defense is good. Devin Haney, I don't think his defense is good. Now I know I could take advantage of both of those guys.
Yeah, and those are definitely fights I think are very possible. I appreciate the time today, Ryan, for sure. I know this is a big week. I'll actually be there in Times Square, so I'm looking forward to seeing it up close. And I wish you nothing but the best, man.
Thank you. Look
All
forward to
right.
seeing
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.